Select. And thanks to you, and hello, and welcome to the fourth in this series, Snooker Taylor Made. If you've been watching the other programs, I'm sure you'll have learnt a lot about snooker that you didn't know before. And tonight, you're going to learn a lot more from the 1985 World Professional Snooker Champion, Dennis Taylor! Now, where do we go?
Well, we're into the real serious stuff now, Johnny, because we're now going to talk about positional play, which is the most important part of the game as well with regards to break building. And of course, we're going to deal with side, which is a very complicated thing because Joe Davis, who was 20 years world champion, used to tell people to avoid using side, but we're going to deal with it and just show you what side can do to help you with your positional play as well. So we should have a lot of fun, I think.
Okay, where do we start?
Well, we're going to start off at the middle spot here again with the blue. And if you just put the black on the spot,
right.
And we'll have the pink just off its spot, somewhere around here.
Okay.
Now we'll go to this particular shot here. Before we play the shot, we'll go back to revert back to the cue ball again. And when we mentioned in the last program, you've got to treat the cue ball as the face of a clock. And as we mentioned, 12 o'clock is followed through, 6 o'clock is screw back, right smack in the center of the clock face is a stun shot, right hand side at 3 o'clock, and left hand side at 9 o'clock. So just to give you a little indication of what would happen here, we'll play a straightforward followed through shot, pot on the blue. The blue's just off straight here. So if the pink was on a spot, there'd be no problem with getting position on the pink. So we'll just play it without any side, striking the cue ball at 12 o'clock, and there you see the cue ball coming off the cushion just at right angles. In fact, if you were just to put a red there,
Okay, well, mark the white.
yeah, just for the white. As you can see, you haven't really got position on the pink. You could pot the pink, but you wouldn't really be able to get on the black off that. So the way to play this shot would be to put right hand side on it, and what should happen, instead of coming back out square off the cushion, when the right hand side takes effect and hits this cushion here, it'll spin off to the right. And hopefully, instead of coming off at the straight angle here, it should finish somewhere around here. So we're now striking the cue ball somewhere around 1 o'clock, between 1 and 2 o'clock. That's 1:30, isn't it?
Yes, that's unless it's slow.
Now watch the white when it hits the cushion.
Oh, that's great.
Now the difference is quite amazing, so it puts you right on position there for the pink. Now we'll go to the other way now. We've played the follow through shot. Once again, we've got the slight angle on the blue. If I was to screw the ball back, hopefully to try and get on the pink, I'll just play 6 o'clock, so just right in the center of the cue ball with a deep screw. Now the white's coming off once again at a straight angle there. So
Okay.
if I was to set a red in a similar position there, this time we'll play the same shot. Now this becomes very, very difficult because you're playing this with reverse side. Sounds a bit complicated, but what's happening here? I'm hitting the white on the extreme left-hand side, so we're now down about 7 o'clock.
So the ball will spin that way.
Well, it's spinning forward, yes, and when it comes back then it'll go off to the right. So
yes.
you're hitting it with left-hand side to make it go to the right. That's the reason you hear the commentators calling it reverse side, simply because you're using the cushion. But it takes an awful lot of practice before you get into this type of shot. And there the white heads up towards the pink.
And a bit too close, if anything.
Well, not too bad.
Very good.
But it just shows you the spin that you can get you can get on with the side. There's only one other shot, really, but we've done the follow-through and the screw back. We mentioned the stun shot. So you've got the slight angle again, and possibly I might play the shot with a stun shot, but it's a bit more difficult, although it's probably a little bit easier for the professionals. So what you do is you hit the white smack in the middle, and then you really force the shot, and you find that the professionals get much better control playing the stun shot, and as you can see perfectly on the pink there.
And you haven't used the cushions?
Well, that's right. In fact, you find the professionals prefer not to use the cushions where possible. So the stun and screw shot really is the secret of break building.
That's a beautiful shot, that one.
But there's another interesting one. If we set the blue up again, Johnny, we've got virtually a straight shot here. The white's virtually straight. So in that sort of instance, you'd think all you could do would be run the white through and into the pocket or back into this pocket. But if you put right-hand side, this is a stun shot with right-hand side, which is getting a little bit complicated, but it just shows you what you can do with the cue ball. I'm going to hopefully force the cue ball off the straight line and avoid going in off. So we'll give it a good old thump this time. And now you can see you can avoid the in off. Now side is also very, very useful. In fact, when as well as playing position with side, getting out of snookers. Let's see if we can set up a little example here. So you've got the straightforward shot here of coming off at right angle. So if you were to point, you know, where you want to hit on the cushion.
Got there?
Right, and then if you know, that's the angle it's going to come off. The angle you go onto the cushion is going to come off at the same angle.
Just like a mirror reflection.
Well, that's right, absolutely. So you should really hit the pink.
Yes.
Only just.
Just.
But say you're left with a situation where you can't see enough of that, you can't come off at that angle. So now you've got a problem.
The highest up you can hit is about there.
Yeah. You've still got to be snookered on the pink, mind you. So what you would then do is play the shot, as we mentioned. It's the same sort of thing with potting the blue to get on the pink, only this time you're just hitting the cushion. And really you can't tell anyone how much side to put on. It's something they've got to do and just practice as they go along. So we put extreme right hand on side, and that'll come off the cushion at a completely different angle. That was a pretty straightforward, but in some instances you may have to go off quite a few cushions. So take, for example, say we had the black over the corner pocket here, and we're sort of snookered on the black. Now the straightforward way, you look at the angle, so the straightforward way would be up and down. But say your path happened to be blocked, that you couldn't come back up the table. This is where you start learning all the angles, and hopefully you could come off one cushion, two cushions, three cushions, and maybe pot the black. But this varies with different tables because the cushions come off at slightly different angles. We'll have a go and see if we can pot the black.
You're using side there?
I put a little bit of right-hand side on it, and that looks pretty good. So it's
So really you should practice playing around the angles, should you?
Well, that's what I used to do when I first started playing the game, and used to play quite a bit of billiards, but I always used to be knocking the white around the tables to see what sort of an angle it was going to come off, and eventually you get the hang of it. It's just, no one can tell you the angles. You've got to see the angle yourself and experiment around with it. And that getting out of that and potting the black wasn't really a trick shot, so maybe we could just do a little trick shot for you now, involving the angles. And I think we should have a couple of cues somewhere along. Here we go. Trick shots take quite a lot of practice to do, and it's all in the way you set the shot up as well. Now this particular one, we're going to try and pot the black ball, and we're going to try and use a few cushions for this.
It does help if they're close to the pocket.
Now this is where I say about knowing the angles. What I've got to do is send the white off the 1, 2, 3 cushions, and we've got to get the white into this little V here, up the 2 cues here, round the back of the pocket, down the 2 cues, and pot the black. Sounds easy, doesn't it?
Sounds marvellous.
So once again, you're looking at the angles and hopefully trying to get the white into this little V here.
Here she comes. Mind you, it's not often that shot comes up in a match, is it?
Well, now we're going to go into a very useful little exercise. In fact, my son Damien, practicing at home, he uses this quite a bit. He's fairly keen on the game. And all it is potting the black off the spot. What you want to do is just set the black on the spot and start off from anywhere and just see how many times you can pot the black. Because this will incorporate all that we've been talking about. Little stun shots, screw shots, follow-through shots, shots with side. It takes everything in, so you just keep on potting away at the black and hopefully getting position. So first of all, the straightforward little shot, just rolling the black in.
You're a bit straight there.
Well, yeah, well, I'm a little bit straight now, so if I roll it in, I'm not going to have the right angle. So what I would play here is a little stun shot. So once again, I'm striking the cue ball right in the middle of the face of the clock. And that keeps me in position for the black. And now we can vary it around again. There's 2 ways now of potting the black and getting back onto it again. You can play the follow-through shot, which is striking the white at 12 o'clock. That'll take the white off the cushion, out behind the black. Or a little stun shot, which will take the white off the cushion and back to where the white is at the moment.
But that's stun and side, is it?
Well, no, you don't have to put any side on. You see, you want to try and avoid using side at all costs, because as soon as you put side on a shot, it becomes more difficult, and you throw the white offline. So you don't really want to use side unless it's essential. So I'll play it the little stun shot, hitting the white just in the middle.
Yep.
And coming back out. Now, I've left that short.
On purpose, of course.
Of course. This is where the knowledge of the angles comes in. I'll be hoping to hit the black fairly hard in the pocket, and the white will have to be coming off the cushion here to hit it 2 cushions, 3 cushions, and back up for the black.
But the natural angle surely is about here, isn't it, from that point?
Well, I'm playing this with a lot of, like a stun, and probably more of a screw shot. And this is where the side, I'm also using a lot of right-hand side on this one. So we'll just have a go and see what happens. So that worked out.
Not bad at all, is it?
I thought that deserved a little round of applause. So once again, we're back on the black again. Back to the little stun shot that we played previously. But now we're left with the straight shot. So the only way to get position back on the black again is just to play a little screw shot. So I just want to screw it back roughly to where the white is now.
And so it goes. Now you're a bit of a distance away now.
Still no problem. Back to a little stun shot again to take me to the other side of the black. And we could go on, well, not all night, but we could go on for quite some time doing this. Now that's, once you've mastered that and you've had a lot of practice at that, then you can start putting the reds up and attempting to pot the reds and getting positions onto the black. And we'll use the black, pink and blue here. You just place them on their spots. And if you line 4 reds between the black and pink.
There's one here.
Sure. And we put a couple in between the pink and the blue. Have we got the blue there? Yeah, here we go.
Here, sir. You got enough?
Yeah, now a lot of the professionals, when they're practicing, use the complete line-up shot. So what I do sometimes is have 6 reds between the pink and black, 9 reds between the pink and the blue, and the colours on the spots, and just try and clear the table. That's very, very good practice. So what do you want? Do you want to have a go at this as well?
All right.
So the idea is to pot the red Now, the idea is to try and clear them up without moving.
Do you tend to
Moving
go
any
from
of
top to bottom if you can?
Doesn't matter, just how you feel it.
Well, this has got to come back a little. Hasn't it?
Right, you got to get right into the white. You're not hitting the white low enough. Don't be afraid of, you won't rip the cloth. Nice and gently. Well, you got a bit of power into that. And now have a go at the black.
Now,
Problems.
I'm going to... Now, the way I would play it there would play through and finish up here and try one in the middle.
That's the easiest. Can I just, do you want me to have a go what I would do, or do you want to have a try?
All right,
that?
yeah, sure.
Right,
You do.
because you've got a little bit out of position, I would attempt to screw back and use the cushion. Right, we'll let you carry on from there then.
Well, you can get the black then. Right.
You do the reds and I'll do the colours. So once again, you've got, you see, it's all,
Now,
it's
here-
all about little stun
Here, if I
shots.
play this one here, gently up there and down,
No,
that's a gentle shot. Or should I play that with a little more force, a little more...
When you get fairly accomplished at the game, this is a, people go for years and the highest breaks 30 or 40 and they can't get past that. And the reason is they haven't developed the stun and screw game. So you should play the little stun shot there, potting that one and just sliding the white over to here. Not, as if you were screwing the ball. Don't be afraid to get right down. It's well, like a little soft screw shot.
It helps to get the red.
Well, the thing is, you see, this game, that's the beauty about it. It looks so easy when you see the professionals playing, but it is quite a tough game. So, just below centre, nice little, nice
All
little
right.
touch. And you're right over on the black. Little screw shot again.
I keep forgetting it's that easy, you see.
We'll just show you, see, they're all little stun shots. Now we've left a little bit short on the red, so if I play another stun shot, I can swing the white down into this position for the pink. So it's just below. See, once again, I'm not playing it beside. A lot of people say to you, well, when you're potting that to get there, you've got to put right-hand side to make the white go to the right. Well, you just always try and concentrate on hitting the cue ball right in the center. So it's a little stun shot again. And there we go down behind the pink.
Spot on.
And now we're left, in fact, with another stun shot. And this is, someone asked a question in one of the programs about a stun run through. In fact, this is a little instance where you could play a stun run through shot, potting the pink and just getting it to run through a couple of inches. And there we're nicely on the red again.
But that takes some doing, does it?
Well,
the control.
it takes years of practice, really, to get to this stage.
Uh-huh.
Same shot again, nice little soft stun shot. We're nicely on the black. And now we'll try, you see, this is another stun shot, but this time I've got to put a little bit of left-hand side to take it off the cushion, back down along. If I didn't put any side on it, it would come down square with the pink.
Couldn't you follow through?
I could follow through, but as I say, I prefer, we're talking about the stun shot again, and that's easier to control it.
Right.
So this time, a little bit of left-hand side, and it just takes it past the pink. If I hadn't have put the side, it would have gone down and cannoned into the pink. And a delicate little screw shot now coming up. Once again, no side on the cue ball. And if anything, I've just overdone it slightly there. And now I can't really play a stun shot to get on the red. So this is the first time I've played a follow-through shot. So this time we're playing it with top spin.
Straight in the middle.
I'll play this with the reverse side, hopefully to hit here and come back across between the pink and black. Well, if you get a little bit of luck, you can still finish on the black and roll it in with your left hand.
Oh, lovely.
So that's a very, very useful, probably one of the best ways of practicing, because it takes in side, stun, screw, all the things we've mentioned. And in fact, I think you've got someone that's going to help me out with another very interesting exercise.
We have indeed. It's the young lad who you've met before. He's only 13. His name is Dermot McClinchy.
In fact, I have met Dermot on a few occasions. In fact, the first time I think I played him, he beat me on the black, so he did, didn't you? So Dermot's going to help us out with another very good exercise. As I say, that around the pink and black, I'm sure you've practiced that yourself as well, Dermot, have you? But what people like to do when they start off playing the game and they start potting balls and they're starting to think a little bit about position, then their ambition is to clear the colours up. They always love to clear the colours up. So Dermot's going to give us a hand here and have a go at trying to clear the colours. So you can just place the white anywhere you want, Dermot, and let's just see how you go on. Right, so Dermot's going to attempt here to pot all the colours. Now he's played a nice little stun shot there, and that took him nicely onto the green. As I say, that stun shot's the most difficult to master, but he's got a terrific cue action. And once again there, another nice little stun shot. I may have finished a little bit straight on the brown here. He's just having a look there. Now he's played that with a lot of follow through. It was a very difficult shot to play. So now he's left with a very long blue into the corner pocket. Well, he's got a terrific cue action. Just a little bit short there. And he's not a very tall lad. In fact, Dermot's only 13 years of age. Remarkable prospect for Northern Ireland is Dermot. Let's see how he goes on here. Oh, and that's right in the middle of the pocket. And Dermot just thought, while he had the rest in his hand, why not use it again? So let's see if he can just knock this black in to clear the colours. Oh, and that's right in the middle of the pocket. Well, thanks very much indeed, Dermot. As I say, in a few years' time, no doubt we'll be seeing you playing in the World Championship. So thanks a lot. Give him a nice round of applause.
Every time we do one of these programs, I've noticed everyone listens and they're very attentive. But when you say I'll do a trick shot, they all sit up in the seat. So come on, give us another one.
Everybody loves the trick shots, Johnny. So we'll try and finish off with a little shot here where we pot 3 balls with the one shot. And this, in fact, talking about avoiding an in-off there, this is a shot where you've got to play an in-off to make the shot work. So what I've got to do is pot the 3 balls in the 2 corner pockets. If it doesn't go in, Johnny says he'll buy you all a drink.
As long as it's not 1 each. Well, there we are. We've learned a lot more today. A lot about position and actually playing the game. But in the next program, I think we're actually going to play a game.
Well, we are. We're going to have one of the international players in Wilbert Walker, who I've known for many years. Very good player. And we're going to have a frame of snooker with him. We're going to get into the old dinner jackets and really look the part. We'll get you dressed up as well.
I'll bring me white gloves.
Bring the lot with you.
Righto. Look in, won't you? Till next time. Bye.